Yo, what's up guys, it's ApTreX here. In today's video, we'll be testing out the most powerful version of Winlator Android, the Winlator Bionic on my low-end Android device. If you guys don't already know, Winlator Bionic is a much more powerful version of the normal Winlator Android with Glipsy support, amazing performance and even Bionic mode. Winlator Bionic is based on Winlator Glipsy C mode, so it has native Glipsy support along with that native Android wrapper custom graphics driver as well for all unsupported devices. It is the same system driver that is used inside the Game Hub Windows Emulator to provide the best amount of performance possible. So right here you will be able to check out the specifications of this low-end Android device which I am using in today's video. It has the Snapdragon 4 Gen 1 processor, a very old and a very affordable processor. Along with that, only 6GB of RAM, out of which 2GB RAM is actually available. Now I have already added the Winlator Bionic on my low-end Android device, so let's start setting it up right away. I'll be showing you guys the best settings and also gameplay test to find out how much FPS can we actually get. Is it better than the Winlator Frost version 10 that I tested out on this low-end Android device couple of weeks ago. Now that all the assets have been loaded, let's start setting up this emulator right away. So when we tap on these three lines, you will be able to see we can import Adreno tool GPU drivers as well by tapping on this button. But first of all, let's start setting up this Windows emulator on our low-end Android device. So the Box 64 version which we'll be using is the 0.3.1 which has been provided inside this emulator. Along with that, we'll be using Performance Box 64 preset. We'll just go ahead and duplicate it. Afterwards, tap on edit and make sure to set the save flags level to 0 for best amount of performance possible. Once that has been done, tap on these three lines. Afterwards, tap on add to create our brand new Windows emulator container. In terms of screen size, you'll be able to see we get lot of resolutions, but for today's video we'll be going with the 800 by 600 graphics resolution. Once that has been done, you'll be able to see first of all we get normal Winlator C mode settings such as the graphics drivers like turnip, etc. But we can turn this container into the Bionic container. That's why Winlator Bionic is specialized in. So make sure to turn on this option for best amount of performance possible. Afterwards, in terms of graphics driver, you get two options, either turnip or wrapper graphics driver. Now wrapper graphics driver is supported for unsupported Snapdragon processor or even Mali GPU Android devices. So if this video reaches 250 likes, I'll test out this Windows emulator on my Mali GPU Android device as well. Well, let's keep it aside. Let's just go ahead and use turnip graphics driver, as Snapdragon 4 Gen 1 supports turnip graphics driver. It has only one graphics driver available, which is the 25.0.0 Bionic. Now Bionic is indeed special. I'll talk more about it later on in this video. Make sure to set the audio driver as pulse audio. DXVK can be set as 2.3.1. Enable show FPS as well as full screen mode. Scroll down, make sure to set the video memory size as 4GB. Afterwards, go to the advanced settings, set the TSO mode as fastest. Afterwards, scroll down, set the startup selection as aggressive. That's about it in terms of the best settings. You can also add your game path, that is optional. You can also go to environment variables and enable Mango HUD if you like that better. Nonetheless, those are going to be our container settings. So let's just go ahead and tap on the tick mark and create our brand new Winlator Bionic container. Once the container has been created, we'll just go ahead and tap on the play button immediately to start testing out our PC games on this low-end Android device. First of all, let's just go ahead and tap on the start button and make sure to go to 3D test and Cube D3D graphics test. It will let us know how much FPS are we getting. So at the top left corner, you'll be able to see we are getting about 400 FPS and graphical output is indeed working, which means this Bionic container is fully functional. So let's start testing out our games right away. The first game that we'll be testing out in today's video is going to be Assassin's Creed Rogue, because I have tried out this game in the Winlator Frost version 10 as well, and I was getting around 12 to 15 FPS in that. So let's find out how well does this game work inside Winlator Bionic container and if it is better with the native Glipsy or not. So here I'll just go ahead and enable virtual gamepad. You'll be able to see we also get additional settings as well. Nonetheless, there we go, Assassin's Creed Rogue has successfully started. Now the on-screen touch controls disabled. I think the game is lagging because of the insufficient RAM. So let me try opening the game once again and let's see if it works or not. Now this Winlator Bionic is indeed a heavy version of Winlator Android. It's not like the Winlator WB64. Size of Winlator is highly compressed. Now guys, for some reason, even after multiple tries, Assassin's Creed Rogue just keeps crashing in the Winlator Bionic container because it freezes after stuttering for some time. Let's just go ahead and try out Grand Theft Auto 4 as well to see if that same issue continues continues. If that does continue, then we'll possibly need to change some settings. So let's go here. I have launched Grand Theft Auto 4. Let's see how well does this game actually work inside the Winlator Bionic. Hopefully it does not have the same stuttering issues like we had in Assassin's Creed Rogue. That was pretty weird because it was stuttering even in the menu screen, not even inside the game in the menu screen. But here in Grand Theft Auto 4 you'll be able to see it is not stuttering at all in the menu screen. So we'll just go ahead and tap on the play button. Make sure to customize some of the options by setting all the graphics to low and setting the anisotropic filtering as off. We'll also disable VSync as well as definition. Afterwards simply tap on save. Once you set all the graphics settings low resolution, just go ahead and apply the settings, and now we'll be able to start testing out GTA 4 inside this emulator. So let's find out if it actually works or not. Alright, here we go guys, starting a new game. Hopefully it works without any stuttering issues. The Cousins Bellic. So there we go, the game has started. I'll press the A button to quickly skip the cutscene, and GTA 4 has successfully booted. I literally have no idea why Assassin's Creed Rogue was not working, but as you'll be able to see at the top left corner, we are getting about 16-17 FPS in GTA 4 inside the Winlator Bionic. So here I'll just go ahead and hold the R2 button, and one thing which I am very surprised and very happy about is that there are no stuttering issues, because whenever I test out GTA 4 on my low-end Android device inside any version of Winlator Android, there are a lot of stuttering issues which literally makes this game completely unplayable. And in Winlator Frost version 10.0 we got lot of graphical issues as well, which was very unfortunate. But inside the Winlator Bionic you will be able to see it is working properly without any graphical issues, and even the FPS is completely stable. It's not lagging at all. At the top left corner you will be able to see we are still getting stable 14 to 15 FPS. I have to say guys, I am actually surprised at how stable the gameplay experience is. There is literally no stuttering issue at all. The game is running at same stable FPS that it was running in previously without any issues. So you'll be able to see almost 15 FPS at the top left corner. So let's wait until this cutscene is over and I'll be back. Unfortunately guys, as soon as the cutscene was over, the game crashed, so we couldn't really control Nico and progress through the game. So we'll just go ahead and restart our container for stability purposes and then try out our next game, which is going to be The Marvel's Amazing Spider-Man 2. So this game opened right away in just a single click, as you will be able to see The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Hopefully it works as good as it opened, not like the Assassin's Creed Rogue. I actually wanted to really try out Assassin's Creed Rogue because that is an perfect benchmark game, because high-end games like GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption, etc., Cyberpunk won't work on this low-end Android device. First of all, it does not have enough storage, and second of all, it only has 5.3 GB of RAM, as you'll be able to see right here. Anyways, let's just go ahead and start our new game, and everything is being rendered at 60 FPS at least during the intro screen. And here we go, the game begins. Now here in Amazing Spider-Man 2, this is actually one of the AAA titles which is really high graphics and also open world. So it does have some stuttering issues, but at the top left corner I am able to see we are getting about 8 to 10 FPS, which is not that bad at all. So here I'll just go ahead and skip the cutscene. Now that the cutscene has been skipped, as you guys can see, Amazing Spider-Man 2 has successfully started on my Android device, and it is indeed running at a very high graphics resolution. You will be able to see it looks very amazing, but unfortunately the FPS which we are getting is just 3 FPS, not playable at all. You will be able to see it's not that great of an experience. Just take a look at this. I think the graphics resolution is actually too much. Even though we have set it to 800 by 600, it doesn't feel 800 by 600, it feels like 720p at least. Along with that, even the game's graphics settings have not been modified, so that's why we are seeing so many reflections and graphics sharpness and much more. So this is running in highest of the resolution possible, and that's why our game is working properly without any issues, though still we are getting very low FPS. So what is my actual conclusion? Would I recommend you guys to use Winlator Bionic instead of the newest versions of Winlator Android? Then my answer is no, not really, because new versions of Winlator Android also provide the same amount of FPS, but they do not provide same stability. They have a lot of stuttering issues. So on your low-end device, if you are facing a lot of stuttering issues while playing PC games, then I do recommend you guys to go with Winlator Bionic. But other than that, there is no significant improvement in performance compared between the two versions of Winlator Android. So yeah guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know in the comment section down below if I should test out Winlator Bionic with Android wrapper drivers which give the best amount of performance possible on my Mali GPU Android device. Till then, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.